Hi, in this video I'll talk about writing JavaScript in a strict mode using use strict statement at the top of every JavaScript code. Actually, JavaScript is not a very good language when it comes to design, when it comes to syntax, when it comes to rules and regulation for writing JavaScript code. And to enter into a strict mode so that we write exact JavaScript code that follow proper guidelines and follow proper best practices of JavaScript, we use strict statement at the top of every file that contains JavaScript code. It helps us in various ways. In this video, we will talk about what are the advantages and what are the disadvantages of writing use strict statement. So let's start and see how to use it and what are the various ways and what are the different things that use strict statement help us while writing JavaScript code. I'm going to show you how to use strict in a IDE called WebStorm, and you can see I have index file, HTML and a script file. I have nothing in index file except adding the reference to my script file. Inside this file I'm going to show you how to use strict statement. So I'll start with defining a variable abc equals to 24. If you have already used JavaScript, you must know that we can define any kind of variable without defining its data type. So if I go and run it, alright, I need to go to inspect and you can see it's showing me nothing. And if I write ABC, it's showing me the value of ABC. Alright, but it's not a very good practice without defining its data type or a var keyword before it. JavaScript is not showing me any kind of error. In order to follow proper rules, we need to use strict at the top. You can see that as I have just written use strict at the top, it should be actually at the top statement of the file. The color of ABC has been red. It's showing me because I am using WebStorm. It might not show you in other IDEs, but if you want to see actual error, if I go and reload the page and if I go to the developer mode, it's showing me uncaught reference error. So use strict is helping us to not to follow any kind of vague rules, but we need to follow the best practices in order to write JavaScript. So to remove this error, I'm gonna write var keyword, because without var keyword it was a global variable and it's not a really good practice to write a global variable for the large projects. So I need to write var in every variable that I write. So that was for the variable. Now let's talk about the functions. If I write and define a function, let's write check it, and inside it I'm gonna define another variable def equals to 2. Alright, if we define any variable, whether it's inside a function or outside a function, it's a global variable. And you can see that as I have written use strict statement, it's showing me an error because I don't want to write a global variable even inside a function. Alright, and if I go and reload it, and it's not showing me an error because it's inside the function. I need to call a function to show an error right here in the console. So I will write check it. Actually, I need to check it, call a function. Alright, you can see that it has shown me an error that def is not defined. So it's asking me to define that variable outside the function if I want to use that particular variable inside a function. So I will write def. Alright, it's gone. Now if I go and reload the page and I need to call check it function, and you can see that I have called it. Now if I write def, it has shown me the value of variable def. Alright, so it's always a good practice to define a variable outside it. If we forgot or forget any variable to define outside the function, use strict will help us to identify that where is the problem. So it's very helpful for writing functions. Alright, now let's come to another function with a parameter. So I'll write multiply, and actually JavaScript doesn't show me an error if I write two variable, two parameter with the same name. All right, let's write a return a multiply by b. So what it's gonna do, without use strict, it's not gonna show me an error, it's gonna show me the result. All right, so if I go and reload it, and you can see, right, if I call multiply, I will write 2 5 5, it's showing me a result, it's not showing me an error, it's showing me the result of 3 multiplied by 5. So what it's doing, it's overriding the value of this a with this a. So it's multiplying a multiplied by third parameter a. So in order to avoid this problem, I need to activate use strict, and I need to remove any parameter. All right, so I can remove it. If I have thousands of functions inside a file and I haven't used use strict, it's very difficult to find out the problem and find if we got the result from any function. All right, so it's really helpful to write use strict. Now let's go and define another integer. Let's go and write var, and I'm gonna write a equals to 43 plus 056. All right, it doesn't make any sense, it's equal to 56. It's not a really good practice to write 0. If I write more zeros, then the result would be 56 again. So use strict is letting me know that you have written 0, that doesn't make any difference to 56, so you don't need to write 0 0. If I remove or comment use strict, it's not going to show me an error. So in order to follow proper rules and guidelines of JavaScript, we don't need to write any zeros before any number. Okay, so let's remove 0. Now let's come to the objects. If we have an object, let's say I'm going to define the properties name, phone, 1 2 3, and I'm going to write name again. All right, let's comment the use strict for now. All right, you can see it's not showing me an error. If we have mistakenly written two properties of an object with the same name, then it's not going to show me an error, and later on it's going to create so many problems. Now if I go and reload it, and in the console I will write object, you can see that it has shown name equals to Mirza and phone equals to 1 2 3. As we have shown in the multiply function, it has overridden the value of name with the last property that we have defined. It hasn't shown me the value of this name, it has shown me the value of this name. So in order to avoid this problem, we can write use strict. All right, so if we are writing large applications, it doesn't make any difference if we are writing very small programs for the assignments or quizzes. But if we're writing large applications and we want other people of our team to work on the same code that we are working on, then we need to follow proper guidelines, and to follow proper guidelines we need to enter into a strict mode. And in order to enter into a strict mode, we need to write use strict statement at the top of file. And it has another advantage, that if we have so many JavaScript files and in production we want to minimize or merge those files into one file, this will help us to resolve different problems that we can get while merging, in order to detect the errors in variables, functions, variable names, and so many other things. So I hope that you have liked it and got the idea that what are the benefits of using use strict. There are many other things that use strict can help us with. I would recommend you to go and check out the actual JavaScript website, and you can see more and get more information from there as well. So for more information about programming, other tutorials, tips and tricks, make sure to subscribe my channel, like this video, and comment below if you have any question. Thanks for watching this video.